Welcome, everyone. I'm Mari Silby with US Ignite, your host for today's press conference announcing the winners of Project Overcome. Project Overcome is a $2.7 million effort designed to connect the unconnected through novel broadband technology solutions. It was conceived of and is funded by the National Science Foundation, which is investing $2.25 million in the project. We are also happy to announce that Schmidt Futures has joined as a partner and is investing $450,000 to expand the reach of Project Overcome. We initially planned to support 5 community projects deploying proof of concept broadband networks. Now, with additional funding from both the NSF and Schmidt Futures, we are able to announce 7 winning teams for Project Overcome. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to highlight the importance of broadband connectivity and its critical role in providing access to opportunity. As such, and as we explore new technology and partnership models, it's important to test these models in rural and urban environments, across varied demographic groups, and in different geographic regions across the country. The winning projects we'll announce today address a diversity of regions and populations and promise to provide insight into broadband strategies for a wide range of communities. Our role at US Ignite going forward will be to oversee these project deployments, but also to monitor and measure their impact and to help determine what strategies are effective and can be replicated in other communities across the country. Thank you for joining us today. We are excited about the projects we're about to unveil and look forward to what comes next. Next on the agenda for this event, we'll hear brief remarks from our partners and from the Federal Communications Commission. I'll then introduce my colleague Lee Davenport to present the Project Overcome Awards to our 7 community teams. I'm pleased to introduce our first speaker, National Science Foundation Director, Sethuraman Panchanathan. Thank you, and Director.
Thank you, Murray. Thank you so much for your kind introduction. I am very delighted to be with all of you today to announce the awardees of the NSF-funded initiative, which we call Project Overcome. As many of you know, over 17 million people in the United States lack basic internet access that enables remote work, online learning, telemedicine, and so much more. Basic internet access is increasingly an essential component of well-being and opportunity. It is truly part of our nation's critical infrastructure, just as surely as power and water. I'm sure every one of you is experiencing it every day. The past year has illustrated just how critical internet access is. The pandemic has shown us that it is important to be connected in this unconnected state that we are as a nation. For example, access to data, information, and other resources about COVID-19 has been essential to understanding and managing the pandemic. Increasingly, these resources are made available through the web. We all know that. Likewise, many schools transitioned to online classes last spring and continued past the spring into summer and fall and even into the spring. The digital divide in our nation has hampered learning opportunities for students, and it has disproportionately impacted students in underserved communities. Therefore, as a nation, we can and we must do better to give everyone an opportunity to access the tools, knowledge, and capabilities that internet access enables. That is why the National Science Foundation developed and launched Project Overcome last fall, to enable real-world research and the testing of new connectivity strategies that can break through the digital divide. We funded US Ignite in the fall to run a competition to select 5 proof of concept efforts to deploy novel broadband technology to underserved communities. We specifically sought to identify a set of communities which were reflective of the density, demographics, geography, and housing types throughout our country. And we also sought to pursue a range of technical approaches. And let me tell you, the response that we got was simply overwhelming. So much so that we ended up expanding this investment to support a 6th community. And as you will hear, we have also partnered with Schmidt Futures the philanthropic organization founded by Eric and Wendy Schmidt to fund a seventh community. As a result of these pilot projects, we will be able to provide broadband connectivity to nearly 1,300 people with limited or no service today. And equally important, Project Overcome will also demonstrate and document successful strategies for serving hard-to-reach populations that can be replicated in other communities across our nation. From a technical perspective, the Project Overcome deployments will test a range of technologies. These include fixed wireless deployments, the use of shared spectrum and networks that combine multiple access technologies to optimize for cost as well as performance. From an operational perspective, we are excited to see the variety of partnerships and community engagement models that Project Overcome teams will be demonstrating. Many of their models directly address the need for digital skills training as well as low-cost options for connected devices. And at NSF, we are always thinking about the human perspective. These pilot projects are going to show the very real connection between technological innovation and improving quality of life for a diverse set of Americans. And these projects will be paving the way for even how we can foster a bigger and a brighter impact into the future. To do that, we also have social scientists engaged in this effort to help us understand how these deployments touch people as well as communities. So let me tell you, I'm so thrilled to be with all of you and close by thanking all those who have made this initiative a reality. I want to acknowledge the US Ignite team for both their technical expertise and their experience building community-driven solutions. Truly a fantastic partnership. I'm also thrilled to welcome Schmidt Futures as a partner and look forward to more opportunities for joint research and investment across the public and private sectors to ensure our country's broadband leadership. Many thanks, Schmidt Futures. It's an amazing partnership again. And finally, I want to thank my colleagues at NSF who envisioned and enabled this effort so quickly. It has been less than 6 months since we originally conceived of Project Overcome, and look where we are today already. This is phenomenal progress in a short amount of time, truly addressing the need of today. And that's what NSF is best at, is responding to the needs of today and preparing for the needs and the opportunities of tomorrow. Thank you to the winning teams that are about to begin their work with Project Overcome, and congratulations to all of you. You will undoubtedly lead the way for our country, and we are so excited to see the results. Thank you all so much for your dedication and look forward to seeing the progress in all your projects. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Director, and thank you for NSF's leadership here in broadband research. Our next speaker that I'd like to introduce is Eric Schmidt, co-founder of Schmidt Futures. He was not able to attend live today, but he did submit remarks, which we'll share with you now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Schmidt, co-founder of Schmidt Futures. I'm really grateful that we're doing this initiative today. It shows great promise for every community to have affordable, high-speed internet through US Ignite's Project Overcome. The pandemic has made it very clear how essential internet access is to participating in a society in the 21st century. Whether you're attending school, working, accessing remote healthcare, you name it, you need access to the internet, or at least good broadband. But the pandemic has also showed the national and systematic underinvestment in broadband in our country, especially in communities that need it most, those of color, those that are on tribal lands, those who are in remote areas. And a strong digital infrastructure will bolster our resilience, not just in times of crisis as we are going through now, but also as we work to build back better over the next few years. This will require some new strategies and new approaches to get broadband to every American, not just the middle class and the well-to-do. There's no one-size-fits-all solution to connectivity. I wish you could just go like that and change it. Meaningful change must occur at both the federal and the local level, which is why this project is so important. I'm eager to see how these technologies unfold so that we can share the lessons across a national network of communities and learn from each other as to how we're going to build these things. To achieve true scale, we're also going to need to take a look at real policy reform and investment at the federal level. And if it's possible for the Project Overcome communities to use CBRS in a new way, which is through shared spectrum, it should also be possible for us to get more 5G infrastructure, 5G frequencies, if you will, to the telecommunications company, in my view, ideally through shared spectrum as well. In addition to the federal investments that we're going to be making in connectivity for low income and hard to reach communities, the combination of all of these technologies should create an explosion of bandwidth if we do it right. This work is far from over. We have lots and lots of things to do. We have to bring the brightest minds together to make this happen. We are very happy and proud to partner with the National Science Foundation and US Ignite to make this happen. I'm quite confident that this project is going to be very successful. Thank you so very much.
Thank you to Eric Schmidt and of course to Schmidt Futures for their support. Last but certainly not least, before we move to the awards, which everyone is waiting for, I'm happy to share remarks from the acting chairwoman of the Federal Communications Commission, Jessica Rosenworcel. As we all know, the FCC is undertaking a number of new broadband initiatives, and the acting chairwoman was eager to congratulate our winners here today.
Good morning. It's an honor to join you for an event that is about the power of connectivity. So thank you to US Ignite for having me. More importantly, thank you for all the work you have done over the past 9 years to help guide communities into the connected future. From where I sit at the Federal Communications Commission, connecting the country with broadband is the central infrastructure challenge of the day. That's because I believe the future belongs to the connected. No matter who you are or where you live in this country, you need access to modern communications to have a fair shot at 21st century success. This is especially true today, right now, during the ongoing pandemic. As a nation, we need connections, physical and digital, that strengthen our mutual bonds. We need communications that reach all of us and help us work, learn, be informed, enlightened, and entertained. And we need connections that can break down barriers that for too long have held too many back. So where do we start? I believe we need a national commitment to end the digital divide. Like with electricity before it, the United States must make broadband service available to everyone, everywhere in the country. We need to commit ourselves to getting 100% of the country connected. To get there, we've done a lot of work at the FCC. We have launched the emergency broadband benefit to help families struggling to pay for internet service during the pandemic. We've expanded our efforts to solve the homework gap and connect more students to reliable broadband. And we're taking fast action to fix our nation's broadband maps so we can target our upcoming deployment efforts more efficiently and more effectively. So those are a few of my ideas, but I'm more excited to see that you all have some really good ones too. I'm an optimist, and I believe we can bridge the digital divide in this country, but I'm also impatient. So I hope we can work together at high speed to get it done. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you for rising to this challenge. With your efforts, I believe we can create a future with more opportunity for all. So thank you for caring about these issues, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you to the acting chairwoman for her remarks and for her continued work to expand broadband connectivity. I will now turn the floor over to my colleague, Lee Davenport, Director of Community Development at US Ignite. Lee will announce each of our winning project teams and invite them to accept their awards. Lee?
Hello, everyone. I have the great pleasure of announcing the 7 proofs of concept that we hope will enable new broadband deployment models and allow more Americans to take advantage of internet-based education, to join the workforce, and access high-quality healthcare on demand. Our first winning team for Project Overcome is led by Digital C in Cleveland, Ohio. Digital C will provide internet service to an underserved and historically Black neighborhood delivered through a combination of fiber and millimeter wave technologies, with local technical support and device purchase assistance. Dorothy Bonich, CEO of Digital C, is here to accept the award. Dorothy?
Thank you, Lee, US Ignite, and NSF for this recognition, which along with our team's day-to-day passion will help end Cleveland's rank as the absolute worst connected large city in America. This Project Overcome grant will allow our Empower Cle team to bring another unconnected community into our broadband family and open pathways to improve our neighbors' education, health, and economic well-being. But to close Cleveland's or any community's digital divide, it will take more than broadband connectivity. That's why Digital C engages community partners who provide the devices and digital literacy training needed to help bridge the many divides keeping us apart. Thanks to all those partners who supported our proposal and who work with us every day to lead members of our community to their individual pathway to equitable digital inclusion. Thanks. Back to you, Lee.
Thank you. Our next team is led by Missouri University of Science and Technology. The team will deploy an RF over fiber network using intelligent routing and multiple last mile wireless technologies to serve a rural community in Clinton County, Missouri. Casey Canfield, Assistant Professor of Engineering Management and Systems Engineering at Missouri S&T, is here to accept the award.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you, NSF. Thank you, US Ignite. We're so excited about this project. We have an amazing team that includes Worcester Polytechnic Institute in Massachusetts, United Electric Cooperative, Maximize Northwest Missouri, and the University of Missouri Extension. We're so excited to support rural broadband expansion in Northwest Missouri. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Congratulations. Our next team for Project Overcome is the Westchester County Association. The team will build a CBRS network and a digital opportunity zone supported by exceptional partnerships to ensure youth involvement and digital equity. Chris Fisher, Executive Board Member of the Westchester County Association, is here to accept the award.
Thank you, Lee. It's a real honor to be here this afternoon with NSF Director Panchanathan, FCC Chairwoman Rosenworcel, and Eric Schmidt of Schmidt Futures. On behalf of the Westchester County Association and our community partners, the City of Yonkers, STEM Alliance, Fordham University, Yonkers Partners in Education, and West Hab, we want to thank US Ignite for this award of an Overcome grant. This grant launches our team's implementation of the Y Zone, a digital opportunity zone in downtown Yonkers, New York, testing CBRS technology and offering affordable internet access to 500 households. Yonkers is one of the most culturally and ethnically diverse cities in the United States. Our focus is to empower residents, and particularly our youth in Yonkers, to build and lead a digital equity initiative, one that includes device ownership, tech education, and broadband access for remote learning, telemedicine, workforce development, and importantly, other community-based initiatives. It's time for action. We're thrilled to be part of Project Overcome, and we congratulate all our fellow award recipients. And special thanks to Lee, Glenn, and everyone at US Ignite for your leadership and your support of the Y Zone. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Chris, and congratulations to you and your team. The next project team is Onward Eugene. This team will build a resilient wireless link to rural McKenzie Valley in Blue River, Oregon. Combined with a new fiber and a pilot CBRS education network built upon this temporary emergency network, and will offer new incentives to attract further private broadband investment. Matt Sayer, Managing Director of Onward Eugene, will accept the award. But before we turn it to Matt, we have a special congratulations announcement from U.S. Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon.
A big congratulations to Onward Eugene and all its local partners to be the only community on the West Coast to earn this grant to help build local internet resilience after the Holiday Farm fire. Internet connections in 2021 aren't a G. That would be nice to have. They are a must-have for communities to stay connected during emergencies and every day of the year. That's why I'm working hard with colleagues to bridge the digital divide. The latest is we've introduced legislation to invest $94 billion to build high-speed broadband infrastructure to unserved and underserved communities. Now, there isn't one single approach to expanding broadband connectivity. That's why National Science Foundation research efforts like Project Overcome are so important. Project Overcome invests in local leaders who know what their communities need and get people connected. More than 24 high-tech companies recently opened offices thanks in large part to improved broadband that's attracted millions of dollars in venture capital to the area. Resilient broadband is also critical if a disaster hits. Perhaps a global health pandemic forces people to learn and work from home, or a wildfire cuts off communication lines just when people need them most. That's when broadband is so essential. Bottom line, communities need broadband that is robust, resilient, and reaches everybody. I'm really proud today to support Project Overcome. It's an opportunity to research and refine the best ways to get people connected in Oregon and communities across the country. Big thanks to Project Overcome for making a big difference.
Thank you again. And Matt, are you ready to take a congratulations?
Good morning from Eugene, Oregon, and the Silicon Shire. We're immensely thankful to Lee Davenport and everyone at US Ignite, the National Science Foundation, and Schmidt Futures. Also, thank you to Senator Wyden for making projects like Project Overcome possible. Here locally, I'd like to acknowledge Lane Tompkins, Superintendent of the McKenzie School District. They're the Eagles. This is their logo. Also, Jeff Turner, CEO of Elevate Technology Group, who co-authored the grant proposal along with Onward Eugene. Urban and rural communities alike need access to affordable broadband, and the need is especially, this is awesome, especially great in unincorporated communities like Blue River, Oregon, which was devastated by the Holiday Farm Fire. Together, we can build it back better and inspire others with innovative solutions to bridge the digital divide. Thank you so much.
Again, thanks to Matt. Congratulations. Next winning team is for Project Overcome is Allied Media Projects in Detroit, Michigan. This team will deliver a combination of fiber and fixed wireless infrastructure deployed and supported by a network of digital stewards employed by a neighborhood anchor institution. Here to accept the award is Katie Hearn, Director at the Digital Community Technology Project.
Hello, thank you to everyone, not only at US Ignite and the National Science Foundation and Schmidt Futures, but I'm really honored to be here accepting this award on behalf of my beloved Detroit Community Technology Project. And to do so, we have to thank also the Digital Justice Coalition out of Detroit, from which we are born. And I think also want to acknowledge our project team that worked really, really hard on this, but also we must absolutely acknowledge digital stewards themselves, the folks that have been on the grounds for decades, really, doing this work, and throughout the course of the pandemic have become essential workers. So as we look ahead to this really exciting project, I want to acknowledge all of the work from which we come, but also this moment we know that we've been working for a very long time. So to all of our digital stewards, not only here in Detroit, but elsewhere as well. Here we go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Katie. Congratulations. The next winner is Library Without Borders. The team will be working with partners in Loíza, Puerto Rico to develop a wireless mesh network to serve 3 community centers, provide digital skills training and health literacy information to low-income residents in underserved neighborhoods. Here to accept the award is Deputy Director Kat Trujillo.
Hello, thank you. It is a great honor to receive this award on behalf of my team at Libraries Without Borders, as well as on behalf of our amazing partners on the ground, Link Puerto Rico, Taller Salud, the Information Technology Disaster Resource Center, and Dr. Torres Sanchez from the University of Puerto Rico. After 3 years of building relationships with community members and local nonprofits in Louisa, it is incredibly affirming and humbling to receive recognition for the commitment we made to connecting the people of Louisa with digital tools and training, as well as health information and services. Thank you, thank you, thank you for enabling us to do this life-saving work.
Thank you, Kat, and congratulations. Our final winning team is from the University of Buffalo. The team will provide internet service using CBRS to the historic and under-resourced Fruit Belt neighborhood near the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus. Dr. Filippo Malandra, Assistant Professor of Research in the Electrical Engineering Department at the university, is here to accept the award.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Lee, and many thanks for this prestigious and quite heavy award. We, the Buffalo team, truly believe in this exploratory project to reduce the digital divide in underrepresented neighborhoods and community. We would like to thank US Ignite, NSF, and Schmidt Futures for supporting our proposal and for giving us the possibility to be a part of this remarkable collective effort, jointly with the 6 other recipients. I would also like to thank my team members and partners from University at Buffalo, Community Tech New York, Mission Ignite, and the OSHI Foundation, and all those who supported our proposal, such as the City of Buffalo, Kaleida Health, Integrated Systems, and the New York State Wireless Association. We really look forward to accomplishing what we envision in our proposal, and we are thrilled to provide families in the Fruit Belt neighborhood with wireless broadband internet access. Stay safe, stay tuned.
Thank you, and congratulations to all of the Project Overcome teams. We had some amazing proposals, and we're so happy to start to share some of these best practices and lessons from these partners. I'll turn the floor back to Mari.
Thank you to everyone for your time today. Thanks also to Director Setharaman Panchanathan of the National Science Foundation, to Eric Schmidt, co-founder of Schmidt Futures, and to Acting FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel for speaking today. Most importantly, congratulations to the 7 teams beginning new broadband deployments in their communities. For more information on Project Overcome, including a copy of today's announcement and information on the winning teams, please visit us at us-ignite.org.